Admit, I'm looking good.
How mold can grow on your water filter if you don't clean it enough? Well, shoot any buildup off the health scrubbers unless you want to get unsubscribed from life. Knock the pus sacks off that scrubber before they sprout ahead. Bucko! If the buildup gets any worse, it's gonna start making decisions. Hell Scrubber, coming up. Oops, Scaldra noticed too. They're coming for you. regurgitation. Disgusting. Going critical. Fix it or lose it to the tech rot, which will be the least of your problems. Is distracted, I'm taking the opportunity to make some new acquisitions. Like this. Don't worry, I'll share. Before it does something about you. I told you to clean your hell scrubbers. Now look at what you have to deal with. Ah, done enough. Marking extraction. I could do more. A lot. We've really just done the minimum. Something about that scrubber before it does something about you. I said shoot the pus off that... Oh. Too late.
Until then.
Step into the night where all the stars are bright. We're back again to do this, and we're gonna do it right. Something wild's in the air. I just know it. Now we're moving quicker, keeping on track. And once we hit the scene, there's no turning back. Gonna bring the feeling, gonna feel the heat. Our line is in town, and we can't be beat. We come alive, under the neon glow. It's the party of a lifetime. The signal's strong, and we're feeling it in the flow. It's the party of your lifetime. Now that you can see, there ain't no stopping me. The city's on 11, it's 2003. Something big is coming, but it's just the beginning. Just the beginning. Neon lights flicker, DJ spins the track. Boys are in sync and there's no turning back. Never drop invested, we turn up the heat. Everybody sing together on the 1, 2, 3. We come alive, moving under the neon glow. It's the party of your lifetime. The signal's strong, and we're feeling it in the flow. It's the party of your lifetime. Floating higher as the stars align. Here on the edge of 1999. All systems on in this moment like you never know. Join us, embrace us, don't ever erase us. 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 All lines in the house to bring the party of your lifetime. We come alive, moving under the neon glow. It's the party of your lifetime. The signal's strong, you can feel it in the flow. We come to life, we come to life on the floor. This feeling's what we came for. The beat is strong, we can feel it in the flow. It's the party of your lifetime. Party of your lifetime. Party of your lifetime.
Close my eyes.
Please select destination. Please select destination.
Do you ever wonder how many laws we're breaking just by being together? Laws, religious laws, laws of physics. I love you. shed happy light.
Remember that chili con carne I left in the fridge for 2 months? Let the hell scrubbers sit too long, and they'll spawn the same sort of thing, but, you know, with a crap ton of predatory hardware. Shoot off any buildup before it converts you to past tense. Spores collecting on that scrubber. You need to shoot them off. Scrubber going critical. Fix it or lose it to the tech rot, which will be the least of your problems. Tech Rock, got a little tummy ache. Hell Scrubber, coming up. Oops, Skulls will notice too. They're coming for you. Do something about that scrubber before it does something about you. I warned you. I totally warned you. And now it wants to have a conversation. Another house scrubber, and wherever you are. Spore count is approaching terminally unfun levels. Activate another health scrubber. scrubber activated, contamination dropping. I'm taking the opportunity to make some new acquisitions. Like this. Don't worry, I'll share. Subsumed by tech rot, those hell scrubbers still work. Who'd have thunk it? Lose that scrubber, bucko! If the buildup gets any worse, it's gonna start making decisions. I said, shoot the fuss off that... Oh, too late. Extraction's over. But it wouldn't be very much fun if you left now. A minute to get a health scrubber working. Do something about that scrubber before it does something about you. I told you to clean your health scrubbers. Now look at what you have to deal with. Contamination is off the charts. You need to hustle. Got a minute to get a health scrubber working. You're gonna lose that scrubber, bucko. If the buildup gets any worse, it's gonna start making decisions. I said shoot the pus off that... Oh, too late. Cha-ching!
You exist to strike.
Game over, man.
Strike
Game
to
over.
win. The left.
Anything we can do to help around here?
Please select destination.
I'd like to have the kind of fun with you that nobody has even imagined before. It's really medieval.
Wow, at least there's a...
You know why they call them hell scrubbers? Because if you don't blast the build up fast enough, you don't learn what hell is like. Need you to stay on top of those scrubbers. You see growth? Shoot it. Hey, I need 20 cc's of fix your damn shit.
Cha-ching! 10 points.
I hear Scaldra want these things back, but not even Scaldra's willing to come down here with this rock. Good thing you're not as smart as Scaldra. Now get to work. scrubber getting puked up. Although it's only puke if it comes out of the tech rod's mouth. It's not a mouth.
Sorry. Deal with that scrubber buildup. Stat! Now you get to do things the hard way. Turns out it's not just house scrubbers coming out of the rot. There's some stuff in there you're interested in. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too.
Please select destination.
It's time for my little phone. Let's try it.
Oh,
This sector is home to a Skaldra high security cache. If Furbon charges will get you inside, and you've gotta be quick. They're rigged to self-destruct. You don't crack that cache soon, it's gonna deadlock permanently. Clock's ticking. Look for Furbon charges.
Off bad
Stormfall, my children. As you prepare to descend from on high, take a moment to read the prayer to soul, which you could of course find on the credo card. We are not dying in a state of sin today.
You're halfway. More up ahead. And it looks like it's gonna be the big guns.
Trying my patience with these antics. Stormfall troops. May these heathens go away.
Time to go home. This sector is home to a Skaldra high-security cache. If Fervon charges, we'll get you inside. But you gotta be quick. They're rigged to self-destruct. You don't crack that cache soon, it's gonna deadlock permanently. Clock's ticking. Look for Fervon charges.
Good. Deploy.
Skaldra Command is gonna be pissed when we find out what happened to their Purge Squad. Keep going. They're done.
Meditation has been disturbed. Thy sanctum sanctorum has been decimated. You will suffer for this in a million future lives of surpassing wretchedness. Stormfall units, descend.
Need to get something off your chest? Ah, tell me something. Let's see. Ay, pobrecito. Hey, be safe.
Admit it, I know what you're thinking. I can practically hear it in your vesicles. Shall we cause a spot of mischief? Au revoir, sweet thing. Don't be late. If it rains, I'm taking you up on the roof to dance in it.
Please select destination.
I am most exquisitely bored.
We offer these to aid you, Tenno. By the Mother.
These are a bargain, just for you. Deal.
starting point.
Gotta nurse these scrubbers. Keep them clean. Too much spore buildup and you got cold white on your hands. Need you to stay on top of those scrubbers. You see growth? Shoot it. Deal with that scrubber buildup. Stat! Injection is like activated charcoal to detect rot. Makes them puke these hell scrubbers right back up. Gurgling, new health scrubber bubbling up. out it's not just hell struggles coming out of the rot. There's some stuff we might be interested in. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too. You hit this mission's minimum threshold. But you didn't come down here to do the minimum, did you?
Anything we can do to help around here?
Oh, God.
Please select destination.
I'd love to paint a mural of you in space. Drop down, facing off against a bloody great horror worm. You have a very attractive...
Please select destination. Plotting route.
Hold on, I just realized there's not an actual point to running this assassination, is there?
Cleanse the
So it doesn't actually drop a Warframe. This is the first assassination in the game, which is actually pointless to run. That kind of sucks. I just thought about that. I hadn't realised that. Yeah, sure. I didn't press that ability. Game? I'm not pressing it.
Barricades up. Nothing gets through Ferrocite.
Ferrocite barricades. Need something to cut through those, but it won't be easy. Step 1. Acquire a transponder from someone with rank. That's our ticket. Now get to a comms terminal. Use that to call in reinforcements. For them. Hey, never said this would be easy. That did it. Stormfall squad incoming. You want their Thermian weapons.
Stormfall. Deploy. Give Our Lady Lura something to weep over tonight. How does it feel, I wonder, to send your friends to die?
I'd ask you the same. But I don't believe there's anyone who'd rightly call you friend, Victor. More Ferrocite. You know what to do. Call in another squad of Stormfall and get your greedy mitts on their RPGs.
this plague, and all those who would spread it. You have your order.
Don't look now, but you've got a Stormfall squad coming your way. Want to find out what their Thermian rockets will do to that thing's armor?
I wonder, Hex, if we stick your lifeless, putrid heads on a stick in the middle of my town square, as our ancestors did, do you think that will scare off the rest of the Teflon? I'm unsure, but it's worth a shot.
Alright, why am I randomly casting abilities and shit? Why is my controller broken? That's not great. That's really not great. I'm not pressing anything. That's happening constantly. That's happening earlier while I was searching for a key early as well. That's not great.
That's not with respect.
Victor, Victor, Victor. What have you been downloading? Just look for the soft bits and hit it there. The tank's healing itself. Just like we do.
It could be a glitch in the game. I really hope it's a glitch in the game and not my controller breaking. That would not be great. I've been worried about this controller running out its life cycle. I mean, I have been using this controller for like a year and a half now. So, statistically speaking, this controller should be starting to struggle. I mean, yeah, I've been using this controller. This lasted me several thousand hours of game on the PlayStation, so it would make sense that it's starting to run out.
Bloody hell.
So the only reason to kill this boss is to get an arcane from it, but it's not efficient.
No.
Also, there's a challenge mode, but that's a challenge mode, so that's separate. So you get an extra arcane from it, but what's the point? Because it takes way longer than a regular mission anyway. Do an exterminate gets you an arcane every 2 fucking minutes. I always forget how overpowered as fuck Noctua is. Do you want to get back into Dante? Because Dante was one of my favourite games what the fuck am I saying? Dante was one of my favourite frames pre-nerf, and then post-nerf I kind of fucking started to hate him. Because his nuke power is really weak now. Stop thrusting abilities. His nuke power is really weak now. It only nukes trash. It doesn't really nuke powerful enemies anymore. Damage on it is way too low now. Which I can go demonstrate that like in a moment. It's not take long to demonstrate that the damage on it is not great. First of all, it already had the problem of being a enemy density scaler and having a prerequisite. So I don't think there's much reason to actually nerf it. See, it already had a prerequisite of requiring a build-up. Granted, not as much build-up as other nukes, definitely not. But it still required you to inflict slash procs on enemies prior to cast. And then it was something which scaled its damage off of enemy density. And now, although it still scales off enemy density, it now has a line of sight requirement on top of that.
Please select destination.
And but oh, that's crazy. Right, we're done. Right, yeah, I can demonstrate how crap Dante's 4 is like right now.
You are a true hunter. Where would the
Long
sanctuary
Island.
be without you?
Is it New Year? Oh, it's New Year in 2 minutes. Really good. So I'm gonna start the New Year off with bitching about Dante. That seems appropriate. Right. So very simple right here. Do keep in mind this is a 243 strength build with more augmented as well, so up to 300% strength. So this is not like a low strength build. And otherwise, range doesn't truly matter because it's enemy density, not range. So strength is the only real stat to keep in mind here for this nuke damage, right? Now, credit where credit is due, right here. If we go with trash mobs, right here. Not a problem. He deals with trash very well. But anything deals with trash very well. Doesn't mean a lot. If I built this epitaph for like actual damage rather than just applying status, look at it. This is still damage it's dealing even without being built for actual damage. Right, that's trash. That's butchers, which are like the weakest enemy in the game. Now let's put some actual strong enemies in. Right. Let's be as generous as possible. You all of them up, guys. Alright. Alright, so we group all of them up. We apply our status boosting bat. That required priming, right? Okay, we did viral priming there. And it's an enemy density of 20. That's very important to keep in mind. Enemy density of 20. You will not usually get enemy density of 20. Right there, that's a lot more accurate for the damage numbers you'd normally see. Only half of their health. That's when you don't have priming. Right, so that's with one shot of priming as well there. And there's one guy who just didn't take any damage. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it is undeniably significantly weaker than it once was. So again, we're working with enemy density of 20 here. That's 20 enemies which have to be in line of sight at the moment of cast of his 4. Right? That is not going to happen very often. It changes depending on what tile set you're in and what room specifically you're in. Oh, it's New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, it's not great. Not to mention, you can have your trash mobs actually die. Actually, well, yeah, this is a big problem with practical scenarios, is that your trash mobs simply end up dying. It chose not to right there. But your trash mobs can end up dying before you... Who is the one person on the planet who decided to spend the New Year with me? Why did you do that? Right, so if we give it a moment for butchers to die, for some reason, for once they don't want to die. Yeah, the moment the trash mobs die, you lose all of their slash pots and your damage. And then suddenly the damage becomes way worse. I think we lost our bats. But he's still good. But in practical scenarios, you are not going to have 20 enemies contributing to your damage at any one time. Let's say you're probably going to have no more than 10 most of the time. Just because it's a narrow cone like this. It's a fairly narrow cone. Right, so it's just the nature of the ability. How does it not feel consistent? Why is it such high damage then, but such shit damage other times? Why is it now at the moment I want to actually test it, for some reason the damage numbers are now gone up? It's definitely performing better than it was the last time I tested it. I don't know why. What is going on here? That doesn't make sense. Also, the moment that happened, my cat got like fucking scared and they put a paw on me or something. That's weird. Why is it nuking? It shouldn't be. Mathematically, it shouldn't be. Why are you two alive and the rest of it's dead? None of this makes sense. Okay. Anyway, regardless, point of, as usual, of course, Simulacrum is a controlled environment. But nowadays, I feel like the best way to actually play Dante is just as an exhausted weapon. It's like, hot damn, this thing deals a lot of damage. Probably could do with some... Can I use... no, it's not a semi-auto weapon. Fuck. Do we have corrosive? Why don't I have corrosive on this? Was this pre-blast rework? This is very clearly a blast weapon. Right, so blast. What other element would we want here? Or should we just go gunslinger now? There's no reason not to. That gets one extra shot a second. That seems like a decent idea. I mean, that's basically an extra 50% DPS. It also means you charge up the yoke fire faster. sized. Yeah, I think it is mostly status damage which does the job on it, in which case Pistol Elementalist might make sense. Lila, where are you going? Lila, now I can't see. Pistol Elementalist might make sense. Cats don't seem to be scared of fireworks. In fact, Lila, this is your first New Year. This is the first. So you're not that old. Yeah, this is her first time hearing fireworks, and she doesn't give a shit. Brave kitty, aren't you? Oh, we do already have Lethal Torrent boosting our fire. I hadn't encountered that, yeah, so that dilutes Gunslinger. Oh, my mum is shit-talking me downstairs. Reload speed is useless, but status damage should come in big. Okay, game. Thanks for that. Does that benefit this playstyle in any way? I was just thinking like a minute ago there's some mod I wanted. Oh, the Tennokai mods, right. So yeah, I haven't actually done anything with Tennokai yet. The only thing I've done were like the melee reworks that we got with Dante, where was melee influenced. Nothing else. Okay, game, cool. I guess I won't use the Exalted Weapon then. Fine. That's what you think? Sure. No way. Hopefully if I just reset the game, that'll stop. Yeah, maybe I'll try to use Dante again, because I mean, this test went better than I was thinking it would. It's still not the best, but oh, whatever. I think that does make more sense to put Elementalist on. I mean, Gunslinger does give us a whole 1.08 shots a second, but still not. That's not crazy. What values are affected by power strength? Word Warden doesn't care. Status of vulnerability is affected by strength though. I remember when vulnerability was a unintended effect somehow. How do you do that on accident? Fucking spaghetti code, oh my god. Yeah, that was originally an accident, but then they kept it in. It is kind of crazy when you do think about it. Like, Dante should be fucking insanely overpowered. He should be. Just all the stuff he has in his kit. Do these count as summons? For the purposes of stuff? Could you make a summon build for Dante? Now, thanks to a new arcane. And Aura. I would love that, actually. That'd be so fun. So, the problem I have with them nerfing Dante's nuke is that, obviously, he's a caster. the whole point of him is that you shouldn't even use his fucking exalted weapon, despite it being cracked as fuck. Like, it's so OP, yet you shouldn't use it, 'cause you'd be just too busy casting abilities to actually use it. So when you nerf his damage in his abilities, then it, I don't know, becomes less fun. I've been thinking I should be using him for this passive, though, because this would be useful, so we can actually test in Simulacrum against 1999. Oh. Someone on the uni group chat just said, this year I'm going to goon more than ever. Jolly good. You go do that. Now, the one thing which would seem like an improvement here is that, I mean, damage-wise, it's not technically really an improvement. It'd more so just be comfort, but obviously, Dante very easily hits this 3,000 threshold. So Dante will be triggering this very often. Now, one thing I'm wondering, does this trigger if you're at maximum overguard? Okay, let's put this on. If you're at maximum, does it trigger or not? So maximum is like somewhere in like 40,000, right? I can see it. What's that 7%? Also interesting, something I didn't notice, losing all overguard resets from counter. That's cool. By the way, again, I'm not casting that ability, it's just doing it, so I'm just rolling with it. Let me check real quick, what is overguard cap is 36,450. Well, we're already over that. That doesn't... Okay, there's your answer. You have to lose overguard. If you just have maximum overguard, you actually won't gain any. Doesn't count. That's interesting. So you have to take damage for that to work. Could it work if my Sentinel gains overguard? In fact, I didn't even notice Sentinel has less overguard. Why does it? Also, evidently, no, it doesn't. It doesn't work if your Sentinel gains it. Okay. Yeah, that's a definite disadvantage. Because considering everything Dante has in his kit, first of all, when this applies, it does stun enemies. So it gives you passive CC as well as viral stacks. But then Dante obviously deals really high damage. He also staggers enemies with his 2 here. On top of that, here you go. The Paragrims also stagger enemies and distract them. Which means Dante obviously is also kind of fucking immortal. But yeah, so these Paragrims also mean that he isn't going to be taking much damage to that Overguard. So I don't know how good this actually is on Dante. you might just be better off using augmented, because again, you can also just prime and revival yourself anyway. And also, of course, the lower your power strength is, the more valuable augmented is going to be. I love the bunny ears. Okay.
This looks interesting.
I am most exquisitely bored.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
think later till I've come here. Or would that be too late? This town has a mind of its own. It's extraordinary.
I'll be here fighting for you with or without you. Wide awake with all the things I know that I should say. I thought I could take more than I really can with or without you. Baby, till you come back with something. I don't wanna ever let go. I'm waiting, but you come back with nothing. This obsession is turning to the great despair. I keep thinking I see you, and there's nobody there. They say love is time, but all your love isn't fair. So pull me out of the great I'm getting stronger, but I still feel the pain. Time will show the way. Knowing hurt you broken with or without you. Baby, till you come back with something. I know I'll never let go. Let's let you come back with nothing. You come back with nothing. This obsession is turning to the great despair. I keep thinking I see you, and there's nobody there. They say love is time, but all your love isn't fair. So pull me out of the great despair. Oh, we watch the world.
Okay, this entire time I've been working on this assuming that I would be replacing Condemn, but I'm actually thinking it makes a lot more sense to replace Furable. Yeah, Furable makes more sense to replace, actually, I think. Because on this build, we cast Covenant once, we cast Evade once, and then we just refresh Penance whenever it's necessary. That's it. And so we cast Covenant once, we cast Evade, and then Evade should be just permanently active. And then that would only leave either Penance and Furable or Penance and Condemn. Even if we are dumping range, it'd still be better to have Condemn than Furable because we're not casting any abilities, so the energy that Furable gives is kind of useless. But dopamine. I mean, Furble is just inherently just one of the best abilities in the game, just because it feels so fucking good. But to be fair, yeah, it doesn't actually do much for us. I'm actually still tempted to leave it in just because it's so much fun to watch the energy number. Well, it does make sense to get rid of it. Also, I can't type right now, which is why I'm not doing anything. I can't think of any other Warframe that uses Evade particularly well. Obviously, Harrow uses it very well, thanks to Covenant giving 200% base crit rate. Is it 200%, right? Yeah, it's 200%. So it gives 200% base crit rate to every weapon, which is baseline orange crits. Used to be baseline red crits, but now, since I reworked it, now it's baseline orange crits, I think, for everything. With a chance of red crits. And you can keep that going forever. but it's 15. I'm confused. Does that mean it can't go above 25 seconds? Or does that mean... I don't get what that means. Six-meter range, I mean, that can still have an effect. So yeah, it's better than nothing for a generating shield, but we probably won't ever use it. But yeah, we need flow on simply to be able to cast our abilities. So yeah, what we want to do is we want to run into a group of enemies, cast Covenant, and then once we get the damage we require, cast Evade, and then also cast Penance if possible, and then get shooting. Use Condemn if we need to, but we shouldn't need to. Do you want our weapon to be silenced? Banshee would use as well. If you're able to get a 2 to line up on enemy heads. Which is chance-based, but it could work. Of course, personally, if I were to rework Banshee, something I would do is I'll make it so that Resonance always puts a mark on the head. Always. As well as markers on other parts of the body. But it's guaranteed to put one on the head. I think that just makes sense. Especially since they buffed headshot damage. It used to be, what, only 2 times damage? Now it's 3 times or even more in some weapons, I think. And so that buff was basically a nerf to Banshee. And she didn't need that. Yeah, that was a somewhat recent thing. It was in the last, 2 years or something, I think. I think it came along with the release of Steel Path. Yeah, I don't think anyone else particularly cares for headshots. Also, I haven't tried out the chroma changes yet. I know we changed Vex armor a little bit. Ooh.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
The plan here is, this Nell is shooting, this is going to be shooting at, oh my god. Yeah, the fire rate of this thing's going to be crazy. So it has a base fire rate of just shy of 11, so it's already firing almost 11 times a second. And then add on to that the fire rate we get from his 2, and the fire rate we then get from Arcane Velocity. It's going to hit pretty hard. Alright, we've got damage we need. Do that. Then. We're silent and we're invisible, so enemies are kinda fucked. And just quickly refresh penance. Takes barely a second. We're invisible and silent, so they can't really do anything to stop us. Meanwhile, the moment we get a blast proc, everything in a mile radius dies. And our crit buff is active for the whole mission as well. Look at that. It's only got a minute left. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have this reload problem in a practical mission, so you would actually have a constant flow of enemies. Or at least more constant than this. I do love how kind of comical the Nell is, because obviously this fucking thing is a fucking pistol. Yet, so just the fact that it can get this absurd of a fire rate is just hilarious. It makes no logical sense at all. Oh, okay. Apparently reload button now casts condemn. Okay, there's a Harrow build. Obviously, it works best with a Nell. You could, or actually, well, I mean, Door Toxicist also exists. Probably should, yeah. It would also make sense to test it on Door Toxicist. I was a Door Toxicist enjoyer before the Incarnon came out. Do ricochet bullets also seek, on this weapon, do they seek headshots? I've seen some red crits on enemies where... Yeah, so they must be capable of landing, headshots. So obviously, yeah, this will work well for Toxicist as well. And if you do need to land up a headshot, you can just use pens. If you're struggling, you got 30 full fucking seconds. I'm sure you can find an enemy in that time to run up to and cast your one on, so you can then just refresh it. You have very high power duration, so a single kill gets you quite a good amount of time when you're free. And your 4 lasts for over a fucking minute at any one time. Does it have a limit? It's probably like 2 minutes or something. Or a percentage of the duration. Unfortunately, the Incarnon does eventually run out, but even when it does, it's still... Then it's just a worse version of now. But see, that's a funny thing. Harrow is supposed to be a fucking support frame, but you're better off using this. This is now Harrow's best setup. So, Harrow's support frame, but is best played solo. It's hilarious. It's kind of sad that I think I've had several Nell Ribbons, but I've never gotten one for Toxicist. And now that it's got a fucking Incarnon, I never will. Because now the fucking price for a ribbon for this thing is fucking in stratosphere. I should have gotten one back when they cost like... nothing. Just nothing. I was going to make some kind of joke like nothing. Not to mention, unlike Nell, Toxicist has 0 recoil. Forgot to put a silencer on it, but I mean, we're doing fine. Reason why you want a silencer is more so for Xmas, I think. Because Xmas will fuck you up otherwise. But it seems like Ricochet, you don't even have to aim for your head anyway, because Ricochet bullets actually seem to cover you. Natural talent might be overkill. Yeah, Ricochet bullets seem to hit enemy headshots quite consistently. Consistent enough that we aren't running out. Yeah, we got one there. I think another one. God, that was just 20 enemies we just killed. Oh, never mind, okay. I mean, it's inconsistent, but okay, yeah, so... I mean, aim for a head if you can, but... ricochet bullets will land headshots for you. Dog downstairs is having problems. Well, one problem with Harrow is since his release, he has been afraid that you just want to kind of run alone. That problem has only gotten worse as our arsenals of, well, power creep has happened. That problem has only gotten worse, and his augment didn't truly fix that. So you start to condemn the enemy. And then my problem with him was that he generates so much energy, but he has nothing to do with said energy. The only active ability he has is condemn. His other three abilities are all just timers. Also, not to mention, if you are worried about the risks, first of all, you have a really long shield gate for survivability, and of course, evades, cooldown, and how that works. And yeah, so this is good. This works. Don't think I'll put evade on any other frame, but yeah, it works wonderfully on Harrow. Oh, Mesa. How good is Mesa considered in modern day? She's still obviously amazing for casual content. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a night now. Let's go back to Dante. I think I'll continue experimenting with him. So I'm liking this gunrunner build here. Or specifically Noctua. Obviously, I mean, yeah, this is fucking crazy. It's not even use Xenoric. Let's just go in. Bosh, everything's dead. No abilities. And this is pretty comfy, we have so much duration, we only have to cast that set of abilities once every minute and a half, which is pretty good. And so long as the game doesn't decast your ability for you, you're doing fine. Game, please. There's no denying how effective that is. It's literally just an exalted weapon, man. This probably, even with fucking, god damn it. This probably is still just best exalted weapon in the game. So one exalted weapon which is actually better than just regular weapons. That and neutralizer. Actually, real quick, let's grade exalted weapons. Also, I need to make a tier list of like every game I played this year. I intend to do that tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but didn't have time to. frames of exalted weapons. Okay, Hildryn's is actually really good. Not as great as Dante's, but really good. Dante's is the best. Jade's is better than Hildryn. Not. It's debatable as to if it's better than Dante's. Damage isn't as good, but it definitely covers the biggest AoE of any exalted weapon by far. It's technically the biggest AoE out of anything in the whole game. Really, so. Yeah, Jade's Exalt is great. Mace's is great. They're all good except for Exalted Blade. Exalted Blade sucks. Wukong's staff kinda sucks. Artemis Bow is fine. It's absolutely fallen off in recent years. It used to be really, really good. Over time, it's just fallen off. Corva's good, but that's not really an exalted weapon. Titanium, nah, not really, not great. Where's Valkyrie? Where's Valkyrie? Baruch isn't great anymore. Where is Valkyrie? Yeah, it's funny, of course, Valkyrie is quite high up on my usage rate just because she was like one of my first few primes. Valkyrie's Exalted is definitely the worst, I'd say. Damage-wise, it's not the worst. Exalted Blade is the worst damage-wise. All on staff. But obviously Valkyrie has no range, which is her problem. Really, that's it.